So I hit a wall last week and I needed to come to the couch for this one. Welcome to the couch sessions of Homeschool and You, where things are going to get a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more transparent, and you'll hear about what I'm learning in real time in regards to balancing homeschool life, leadership, personal growth and development, and of course, we will bring things back to you and your growth and development. Hi, I'm Nakia. I am a wife, a homeschool mom of one, and a leadership coach, consultant, and speaker. Welcome to Homeschooling You, where we bring home to school and school to home, and we discuss all things you and your growth in the process. So, again, welcome to the couch sessions. And this video is going to be about how I hit a wall and realized that I just needed a major break before I was on the brink of burnout. So the last couple of weeks, I have been feeling pretty exhausted, not like myself, not having as much energy around the things that I typically enjoy, like homeschooling, like business, some projects I have been working on. And I had been way more snappy with my son, which of course I don't love, and more irritable, edgy. And I looked up one day and I was like, girl, this is not you. This is not you. And how did you get here? I mean, I honestly consider myself the queen of healthy rhythms, boundaries, all things maintaining your peace while you flourish in life, right? And to be honest, this is not the first time that I've been here because none of us are perfect. But every time I do get to this point of hitting a wall, and if I keep going, knowing that I'm going to hit major burnout, I'm always like, how'd you get here? How'd you get here? So as I reflected back on it, I was just thinking about how this whole beginning of 2026 has been about like launching new things for me. And I love to launch new things. I feel like that's a way that God usually works through me is through helping to um, through helping to create things, whether it's new programs, new spaces for people to learn, whether it's me learning new things, creating new experiences for others. It's just something that I truly do love and get a lot of joy out of. At the beginning of this year, I was doing some new things around my business. I launched this channel. I helped to relaunch a program at my church. And all of that was on top of my kind of normal day to day. And so I think looking back on it, I realized that when you're starting new things, it takes a certain kind of energy. And I don't know if you can relate to that, if you're someone who also typically starts new things or tries to create new spaces for people or ends up pioneering or leading the way in things. But it does take a certain type of energy to do that work. And I kind of liken it to birthing, the birthing process. Because when we start new things, it literally does feel like we're birthing something. We're birthing something new. We're bringing something new out into the world. And those first like few weeks, the first couple of months, like the first trimester of being pregnant, it's sort of like an incubation period where not a lot of people know that you're pregnant. That first trimester, there aren't any major external signs of it, but you are co-creating with God, life in your belly, and um, there's a lot going on, but it's not seen yet, right? And so that's how I think about the beginning phases of starting something new. There's like a lot of ideas, there's a lot of activity going on, but it's very much like internal, right? And I love this part of the work or creating new things process where it's like God is downloading vision to me. I am strategizing, I am visioning, I am ideating, um, just thinking about all the things that could be and thinking about how I want to bring this thing to life. And then what follows that needs to be hitting the ground and executing that thing that you've been thinking about. And with the birthing process, of course, that's after 9 to 10 months of incubating the little one, right? And giving it all the nourishment that it needs and making space and room for the new life to come into the world and all those things after 9 to 10 months, it comes time to push. It's time to push the baby out. And that energy of pushing is way different than the energy of just kind of inwardly creating life. And so I don't know about you all. I know everybody's delivery experience is different. If you are a mom um, who has uh, had biological children that you have pushed out, that process can look different. So I know when my mom had me, she said I was one good push and out I came. Recently, I was talking to a friend who said that she had a 36-hour labor, and I was like, "Girl, what? Say what?" I had never heard of anybody being in labor that long. But the process of pushing the baby out, it just takes a lot. And so I say all that to say that the last 3 months, the last 3.5 months of this year has been me birthing, bringing out, pushing out things that God had put in my heart and my mind. And I had put them on paper and I needed them to come to life, come to life. And your girl is tired. Your girl is really, really tired. As you heard me say, just in case it's helpful for you, some of the signs that I was experiencing, um, signs of going towards burnout was like irritability, of course, exhaustion, fatigue. And I'm talking about the kind of like fatigue where one good night's sleep isn't going to help you catch up. um, Things that you, less motivation around things that you typically enjoy, maybe even resentment towards things that you love prior to hitting this season, maybe having growing resentment around it. Um, Also, your body can tell you things as well when it comes to the topic of um, signs of burnout or nearing burnout. I was just having pain like everywhere. I texted a friend, she asked me how I was doing, and I was like, I'm good, but I'm having neck pain and arm pain and pain just about everywhere. And I don't know if that's not a sign. I don't know what it is when you're having chronic headaches or pain in different places. That can sometimes be your body telling you to pay attention and to take a break. So all that to say, those are some of the things that could be signs of nearing burnout. And what I did once I realized that's where I was at was, of course, trying to figure out how did I get here because I feel like that's a lesson to be learned, right? But also, I gave myself permission to take a break. And so, from the things that I could take a break from, I took a break from. I took a break from recording these videos. I took a break from my business. I even took a couple of days off from my nonprofit work. Um, and I took it easy with the homeschooling. So the things that weren't necessary subjects, I didn't do them, or I did things in a way that was less teacher heavy, that was like easier for me, and just a slower pace. Like I really gave myself permission to stay in a bed a little bit longer. And that meant that not everything ran around my household as normal. So like my family definitely had a few nights of dinner out, maybe even breakfast in. um, and I had to be okay with that. I had to like release the guilt of like, oh no, my family's not eating healthy homemade meals every meal, because I knew that I needed to pause and take care of what I need to take care of for myself. One of the things that really allowed me to do that was having a supportive spouse. My husband is so supportive and he sees the signs of me nearing burnout, maybe even before I do, but definitely at the same time because I'm a very even-tempered, mild-mannered person. And so when I get like really snappy or irritable or short, we're all like, wait a minute. And so my husband is so loving and so kind that he pretty much is like, whatever you need to do to take care of you, to um, get back to your normal self, let's do it. I'll do it. So he picked up a lot of the slack around the house for me that I would normally do and just really let me rest. And so I just want to encourage you that if you can relate to hitting a wall or any of the other signs that I mentioned of nearing burnout, to give yourself permission to take a break, be able to identify what it is that you need. I'm also introverted, and so I really gave myself time to just be by myself. I'm a woman of faith, a believer in Jesus Christ, and so I listened in to an online women's conference and just heard so much teaching around like mental health and warding off anxiety and navigating stress. It was so good. And I just listened in for myself while I did laundry one day. And some people, laundry is work. Most of the time, it is for me. But um, this time around, it was good for me because sometimes, like, creating order in my space is helpful for me. And so I had a great time just listening to that conference, being blessed by the word, and doing the laundry. And so being able to identify what you need, putting it in place, is great to recenter, recalibrate, and reconnect with the true you beyond the wall. um, and so, yeah, I want to encourage you to do that if you feel like you are on the verge of hitting a wall, and maybe you don't have a supportive spouse like I do, but maybe a supportive friend or sister or mom or dad. Grandparents are a gift from the Lord. Neighbor, church member that can come and give you some relief with the kids to be able to do what you need to do for you. So sometimes we think about good leadership as only the things that we can do or accomplish, get done, productivity, efficiency. Sometimes good leadership, though, is knowing when to stop, when to pause, when to take a breather, when to recalibrate, when to reset, when to, yeah, just refuel yourself. Refuel yourself. So if this video was helpful, definitely pass it on to a friend, like, subscribe, and I look forward to many more couch sessions with you all. And I will see you next video.